this is awful. Let me pick something else. So after hearing that, I rearranged what I was going to read. So, no, that's not the one. How to be a book smuggler. I wrote this on the 10-year anniversary of us doing the caravan in 2012. We took roughly 10,000 books to Tucson. We started the caravan with a bus, 35 individuals, and a car. We started the trip in the Heights in Houston with, I believe, about 3,500 books. We assumed we would pick up a few books. Crazily, we thought, we'll just fit this middle section of this big bus. We had to start packing books in the car, and it was an SUV. When we got to Tucson, a part of us was like, yes, we're going to give these kids these books and in their hands. And then we're like, oh shit, there's a lot of books. How do we do that? So we, in the morning when we got to the Juan Venezuela Youth Center, it was decided that we would stack the books in sets of 5 and 6 and tie them with a ribbon. And then set the books on tables and then back off. Like, anybody that came in the door that wanted any of the books could didn't matter. You taking the set. And as we were starting to do this work, it had already been announced that we would be arriving, and there were people who were already waiting at the youth center to go and get their book. And there was like a small group of like 5 kids. And half the people that were on the caravan were educators or counselors or nurses or retired teachers or whatever. So half the caravan are just educators, like giving the middle finger to Hoop and Fall and everybody in Tucson. But the small group of students walked in, and one young lady walked over to a book, and it was Emplumada. And I'd never seen anything like it in my life. She picked up the book. She looked at it, and she said, "It's nice to see you again." And we were like, and we just went dead silent. We were in the middle of like, about to start, we were cutting the ribbon to like do the thing. And she spoke to the book, and she's like, "Is it okay if I just borrow it real quick?" And we're like, "Real quick? You take the damn thing." She's like, No. And she walked to the other side of their cafeteria space and sat down in a corner. And she finished it. And then she brought it back. And then she said, "Just in case somebody else wants it." And I think it must have been like 7 of us, like we were starting a little processing line of like stack the books, take the books, wrap the books, next set. And we just all froze. And I think everybody just burst into tears. And one person said, "As a teacher, I could die right now. Like that's what you want from a student." So, all that to say, I wasn't going to cry. Do me a favor, yeah? Go in the back, yes, the book room. See if the administration or the librarians stack books where no one can see them. Ask the kids if people tell them they can't read any of the books about indigenous people or blacks or women or poverty. Ask them how many times they hear this. See if someone says the books are wrong. Get your calendar together and sit in the back of an open comments period at City Hall or the school board meetings or in online chats before red-hot voices say things like, quote, inappropriate, end quote, or fake, or toxic, or alarming, or anti-American, or unpatriotic, or vulgar. Make a list of books that disappear. Watch the skies in the evening. When you see a pyre, gray smoke, broken promises, count the people there throwing books in. Find the list and make copy, as many as you can hurry. Call everyone. Call the comadres, call the compadres, then call the teachers, then the parents. Call the book clubs, call all the white people last. Go buy all the books. Go and buy all the books. Go hide all the books. Go buy those books. Go buy them books. Go buy those books. Go read all of the goddamn books. Go pay for all the books so someone else can read them. Go, please buy some books. Buy ribbon. Write a letter to the mayor's office. CC the newspaper. Tell them you want all the books you buy, that you need more. Then go tell the publishers to donate. Then go tell the authors who wrote the books that you need more of their books. Rent a van or a truck. Stack the books in sets of 4. Cut ribbon. Make cut sets. Cute sets. Fill the van or the bus or the SUV. Deliver the books directly to them kids. Do this in the day. Do this in the night. Give the books away. Stupid thumb, what did you just do? You ever know when that screen shows up and it like switches? Hold on. Do this in the day. Do this in the night. Give books away. Imagine they are nuggets of your time or a chit of your heart. Give your heart away. Tell everyone you won't stop. Then don't stop. 4 more people will help you. Give them a book apiece. Then go back to work. Go teach people to do this. This is how you build a huelga, a library, a classroom, a home, a capilla, a learner. This is how you light a fire. I come to you from Houston, a space that is in the middle of a hotbed of everybody who is red trying to flip a city that is blue. All the things we learned as caravanistas, as narcotraficantes. It is now more of the underground conversation about what we're doing in and now out of the classroom. It is things that we do with focusing and readjusting how we do what we're doing. It does not matter if the conversation is about a book ban when you have a state that passes laws that cancel librarians. There's no conversation about a book ban. There is a conversation about booksellers, which Nuestra Palabra has turned into. You just cut back a bit on the flower before it can flourish again. I come to you from Houston. It is not my hometown, but it is home. And some of the pieces in here represent the city and the people who have helped guide me. Shout out to Normelia Cantu. Your work has always been a pillar in everything I've learned. You are currently also the thing I teach in my creative writing courses on the high school level. When I told the kids I was coming, the kids already looked you up. And they said, is the canicula lady going to be here? She's busy, I don't know. And they said, well, can you take our books so you can get them signed? I said, you have one of the books that you didn't return? I said, okay, fine. So your work is with my high school students. Goddamn fees. I had a set of 25 and I have 10. Who can blame them? Who can blame them? Of course. This is a poem for one of my elders, I could say. This lady, Janice Scott, just passed away this past year. She is a Black elder who I learned just the simple act of showing up speaks volumes. Every single reading that I've ever been a part of since my young age, because I'm still young.
That's right.
That's right.
You tell them.
She was always in the audience. She was the biggest advocate for public transportation in the city of Houston. She was always on the mayor's ass. It didn't matter which mayor it was. But she was always about making sure that Metro worked. She did not drive. She chose not to drive. And she went around the city using our public transportation. She passed away, and the first time I noticed that she wasn't in the audience at a reading, I just sat in the back and I was like, we're getting older. A poem for Janice Scott. I read the article about you, about your passing, Santa Janice de los Camiones, San Janice de las Guaguas. You always writing to every art show, madre, every reading. You see us children, us fumbling, making mess. I see your face on my screen. I see your face in the crowd at imprint readings, at Brazos bookstore readings, at readings at Mecca, at Nuestra Palabra readings. You are always there. You have been here so long. I put you in a poem many years ago. You are a bendición. My heart is a little broken. Always a smile on your face, always a warm handshake and a thank you. I remember once I said, no, thank you. You said, oh, I love this. Keep going. Keep going. Is it crazy that I look for you in crowds when I read? I know I'm in the right place. If you are there, I know you are here. I am doing something right if I see you in the audience, you wrapped up in a shawl, smiling in some seat. I think I will always choose to see you, remember you. No, thank you. Thank you for coming. Thank you for seeing us all. I think I learned to be a righteous pain in the ass from my mother. Que en paz descanse. I used to ask her when I was a kid. She was born in 1934 in San Benito, Texas. And she would tell me random stories of like the things that she grew up with. Threats from teachers if she spoke Spanish. The fact that her and a lot of people that she grew up with all graduated at the age of 21. And I thought it was like truancy. There was no like, you were wild kids in the streets and didn't go to school. Come to find out that Texas passed a law in the 1910s that anybody with a Spanish surname got held back in first grade for 3 years. So things, right? She would tell me stories of government officials standing on the side of the road. They would walk from Fred Booth Elementary, which was farther from her house than the actual school that she could have gone to, but segregation. And the government officials would ask all the kids if they were American citizens. And they would righteously, evilly speak in Spanish, and then keep walking. My mother passed away at the height of the pandemic. She was 86. And this is a piece, us driving through the downtown of my hometown in Galveston. Her recollecting, she got to Galveston in the 50s after she graduated high school. She decided to become a nurse and traveled to Galveston to become a licensed vocational nurse, which later I also found out was a racist act because the majority of people who got the LVN licensing didn't go to community college. They just got a license. Filipina, Black, Indian, and Mexicana nurses traveled to Galveston, Texas. Thousands. And they were never allowed to continue their education for an RN. They'd have to start from scratch in community college by their own hospital system. Driving by the Old State Theater on Ama's 79th birthday. She damn near snaps her neck. Eyes stick to the fachada of an old movie house. Here, there, gutted white inside. She smiles, looks, says, I know why you are such a bruto, mijo. She unfolds into an old memory back in 58. Downtown Galveston had signs. Big, stark, white and black letter signs. Mijo colored here, colored there. Nothing. Para invisibles. Para mexicanos. Unknown. Unless you made a mistake. dangle you in a tree branch late at night. Rent lady tells me to be careful at night, used to babysit Anita and her pigtails. A nursing school hustle, a barter. Anita had a friend. Ama goes on. Beautiful, plump, black, small, Olivia. Ama loved to teach the girls how to cook on Saturdays. Pancakes, eggs, eat warm syrup with a spoon, buy them dolls, watch them struggle with times tables, and takes them to the movie house. In front, it had signs, big, stark, white, black letter signs, no colored here. In the building, mijo, I am bruta. Then, now. I love Galveston Island winters, a reason to hide the girls in my peacoat. Pay the janitor, sneak them through the back door, their hands warm, sticky from sweet maple, their heads unaware of hate, their eyes, their skin are the same in the dark.